Oh, hey, here we go. Sunday night. Hello, Celtic. I'll do a far too late hello to Project Redfoot, who left some comments 40 minutes before the stream started. Oh, we're going to ease into... Oh, what was loud? Did you have your speakers turned up? All right, your speakers were turned. I thought, I don't think I did anything. So your speakers were up loud. Okay. There, I am going to do the usual warm-up, make a quick video. This is, I don't know about the sexiest, Kelty, it's the fucking orangest of shirts. This one on the shirt, I specifically got this because it was so unlike any other shirt I have. I did not have another shirt that's bright orange like this. Oh, right. Isn't that the most frustrating thing? Like, the movies are quiet. Even like jumping between streaming services, they're at different levels. It's so fucking frustrating. You'll be watching one thing, you have to have it turned up to a particular level to hear it, and then you swap to something else, and it's so fucking loud. Safa, you were in Belarus when shall I try to pronounce it? Chelyabinsk. When I was looking at this day thing, and I thought, wait, a fucking meteor exploding, injuring people, doing damage? Why don't I remember this? Then I looked it up. Oh, I do remember it. The dash cam footage. Oh yeah, free to air is shit. I said what they did because they would always argue that they didn't turn the volume up on ads, and everyone said, fuck you, yes you do. What they were actually doing was using sound compression, so the sound was always at one level, well, almost always at one level in the ads at the loudest setting. Whereas when you're watching a show or a movie, the sounds would be up and down, and in fact the loudest sound would only come every now and then. But you're going through this thing with nuanced sound where it is quieter for the vast majority of the time to an ad break where everything's jammed with the levels forced to the maximum the whole way. So they used weasel words to say the ads aren't actually louder, even though they all fucking knew they were. So the tiniest squeaking in of not an absolute complete lie, but it is effectively. Oh, the Russian thing. See, that's the thing. Back in the day, like 13 years ago, it's like everyone in Russia had dash cams, and it was because of all the scams. People would they'd throw themselves in front of cars and say the car hit them and try to extort money out of the people. So everyone in Russia was getting dash cams to avoid scams. And then with all these cars with dash cams, you would occasionally just get the wildest shit on someone's dash cam. And of course, there was a couple of really dramatic ones. This Meteor was one of them. I've seen some with fighter jets and tanks and just wild stuff. Some of them actually, I mean, yeah, maybe they'll go to the toilet thing. Yeah. But I just think they're cunts, all the people in the commercial TV. I think that's the main thing. Anyway, look, I am going to make a quick video because when I was going through my listing, is there anything I want to make tonight? I found one, and I do actually want to. I want to try it. I want to taste it. It could be good. I've had a few disappointments lately, but a couple of good ones. So we'll see how lucky we get tonight with a herbal daiquiri variation. Let's see, get the camera. Oh wait, there is a name. We were talking about tripods the other night. There is a sticker on here, an Inca photo video tripod. There you go. It does have a brand name. I was all saying it didn't, but it does. All right. Okay. An audio recorder over here. Okay. Let's go. I think I'm going to put a couple drops of saline in this one. I'm not sure if it's in the menu. Well, I side B. Where's my bitter honey liqueur? It's Berkovka. Wait. Is this honey or is this my imagination? It's just from the Czech Republic. Wait a sec. I'm just gonna check something. Home for the elderly. If people reach for the remote. Yeah. You use your remote to turn the sound down, then it's like, oh, what else is on? But yeah, honestly, the loud ads dick move. I know, that's what, sorry, I was confused as to what I was looking up first. Herbal liqueur, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, cardamom. Ingredients. Recipe known to only 2 people. Yeah, I'm going to use the other one, actually. Honey liqueur. Who can keep up with what they do in the Balkans, Safa? They're all over the shop. Okay. Okay, so I am going to use the other one because it's more honey. Let's see how it goes. Baranjega. Imported from Germany. The lid looks like a little beehive. Okay, rum. Let's just go with rum. Which rum? This'll do. Sugar syrup too. Okay, let's get everything ready. Baranjega. Okay, I haven't opened this bottle in a while. Okay. Just put 7.5 mils in here. Yummy lemon sugar syrup. Okay. Rum. Go with the rum. Okay. Got all this stuff ready. Let's shoot the meat and bit. Meat and bacon. We are going to shake our little booties with this one. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. Ah, yeah. Step the first, turn the fucking camera on, dickhead. I was about to start making it without turning the camera on. Damn fool. Damn fool. Rum. Look here. Lime juice. And sugar syrup. Dot. Dots of the ingredients. Wonderful. Let's get the glass. Put some ice in our shaker. Put them together. Stick your finger in your ear and go tingling-a-ling. Car alarm just started going off. Oh, turned off pretty quickly. Someone pushed the wrong button on their remote, I guess. Anyway, that's close enough to the talky bit. Card protected. Oh, that's fucking stupid. How did that happen? Ugh. Little card protector thingy slipped. Now I can't get it back. There we go. Let's try that again. Just making sure what's happening here. Okay, that's good. We are sorted. Okay, here we go. This should be quick. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is the classic rum daiquiri, but enriched with a herbal honey liqueur, an aperitif. I've gone with this German liqueur, Barenjäger. I just thought it was interesting because it's such a simple drink, the daiquiri, and so popular. I thought, oh, honey and herbs. Is that going to be good or bad or indifferent? Well, let's give it a taste and see. I tell you what, it's certainly interesting. I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of aged rum, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of your honey liqueur, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of lime juice, and 1/4 of an ounce or 7.5 mils of sugar syrup. Add ice to the shaker, shake that for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then I'm straining that into a rocks buller. Add ice to the shaker, shake that for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. Oh, there goes a car. The honey liqueur element is obviously going to play a huge role in how this drink comes out because there's a lot on the market that are called honey liqueurs or aperitifs, some more bitter than others. This one has a little herbal quality, but a really rich honey character comes through, which is quite nice. So go with something you have, something you like, and experiment a little bit with your own honey daiquiri cocktail. Cheers. Okie dokie. Just going to cut that in there. All right, time to sort some things out. Oop, you've got to switch some things off. What am I doing? Not switching anything off. Let's switch it all off. Shut down, turn off. Wait, what's the fucking story with this? I didn't turn that off. Jesus. Okay. That was a weird one. I don't think I've ever forgotten to do that before. Okay. Oh, I'm going with something else. I want to turn off the bright light. Have somewhat more subtle mood lighting, and let's all see what's what. Isn't this... Sorry, Safra, I just saw you saying Czechia is not Balkan. Wasn't the old Czechoslovakia Balkan? Anyway, I don't know. Geography is actually not my strong point. And hello, Justin, by the way. All right. My mellow little drinky to start the Sunday evening. God. Very distinctly honeyish. Quite a strong... Oh, Jesus, I didn't put the lids back on. That's a disaster waiting to happen. But still distinct citrus character from the lime juice and the almond sugar syrup I used. Giving me grief about the DD. All right. What is going on? It's Central Europe. You know what? I'm going to get an answer. What countries are the Balkans? Now, this would be a complicated answer. Southeastern Europe. Albania, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Kosovo, Montenegro, Macedonia, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, parts of Greece and Turkey. See? Well, I mean, you're from that part of the world, so I would expect you to know better than me. Now I'm going to look at a map. Okay, let's just go with a map and let's get Croatia on. And I'll share this when I get it up. Croatia. Okay, so here's the map with the Balkan nations. Oh, so it used to be Yugoslavia. Okay. Yeah, see, the Soviets forced amalgamation of so many things, and there was so much independence and separatism. And for the early cleaning up in the background, I shall be your oral wallpaper. Maps. Okay. And I don't know how to make that stupid fucking pop-up go away. I don't like that. So, okay, so these over here on the right-hand side are the Balkans. Austria, Hungary, Romania, Slovakia. Oh, there's Czechia over here. So, okay. So it's north of what's regarded as the Balkans. The Balkans are down south, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Montenegro, and it is actually a long way north. Prague. Germany. I swear to God, my geography knowledge is shit ass. Like, it's really bad. Like, in my head, Switzerland down here, north of... Oh, Jesus, what the fuck was that? Clicked on something. Switzerland down here between Italy and Germany. In my head, I had it. It's like the other side of Germany, like with Denmark and Sweden. Yes. It's my least trustworthy area of knowledge, geography. Charlie, a dilemma you were talking about the other... Oh, wow, the dilemma. Okay, so you're cleaning up. I get it. Safa, I have not been to mainland Europe. I think I've said a few times my one big regret in life is not traveling much. So that's what I recommend to young folk. Put as much effort as you can into traveling and seeing parts of it. Ooh, I feel that we got a game. I'm a fan of games. How many songs can you think of that have the same name as the band? Big Country by Big Country. There are a few. It's a good puzzle. Bands that have a song. Madness have one. Okay, this is a good one. Who else can come up with a band that has a song that's the name of the band? Justin, have I seen segments on US comedy shows get people to guess where certain countries are? Oh, yeah. See, I don't laugh at those because I'm shit. I would get it so fucking wrong. Hey, Greg, I remember your oral wallpaper too. That's fine. This is just a chill zone. Greg, do the have a song called The? I'm not familiar with that. I actually quite like that drink. I should try it with the bitter one I have. I'm sure there are heaps more. Like people will come up with some and it'll seem super obvious in retrospect. That okay, so yeah, I think Home for the Elderly Flowers changed their name to Ice House, but they had released a song called Ice House before they changed their name. That's where they got the name from. And it's their back catalogue. I think it does count that Ice House have in their back catalogue a song called Ice House. No, Greg, turns out that they don't have a song called that. Public Image Limited have a song called Public Image, which is not quite there. Justin, someone thought Tasmania was South Korea, mainland Australia. Well, okay, my geography is not that bad. I would be in the ballpark with North and South Korea. I might actually get them wrong. I don't think I'd get them wrong, but I might, but not that wrong. I'd be pointing to another East Asian country. Oh, come on, someone. Okay, I'll take your word for the fact Living in a Box had a track called Living in a Box because I am not familiar with their oob. That's right. Yes, Talk Talk had Talk Talk. Do you know these or are you looking them up? Does Black Sabbath have a song called Black Sabbath? Again, not familiar with their oob, so I don't know. Oh, that's interesting that Labor's not running in Farah. Maybe they want an independent to win. Greg, does Iron Maiden have a song called Iron Maiden? I could not say one way or the other. I was the 80s podcast you like. See, at this point, I'm taking you at your word, Greg. I don't know if Bad Company has a song called Bad Company. So each episode is a new theme, and that's what's driving the idea. And see again, Greg, you're saying Motorhead have a song called Motorhead? I don't know. You know, we could do a search. Does Motorhead have a song called Motorhead? Yes, they do. Okay. So I have to look these up because I don't know. Does Wang Chung have a song called Wang Chung? Oh, Greg, you're cheating. They do. Okay, I'm going to take your word for it. Everybody Wang Chung Chung. Okay, but without looking it up, unless you've already looked it up, what does the band name Wang Chung mean? What is the source of the band name Wang Chung? Yes, you are correct, Justin. The major party knows they're not going to win a by-election. They don't want to waste the money on a campaign, which is quite expensive. No, Home for the Elderly. It's Wang Chung is not about masturbation. Any other guesses? And you can tell I didn't look it up because I'm just coming up with that's the name of my head. Oh God! Now I'm trying to think of another band where the derivation was essentially the same. So if that doesn't make sense, a count back instead of a by-election. Up to 5 right-wing characters in that seat. Fun. Right-wingers coming out of the woodwork. Yes, Safra, I knew you were referring to the previous election, but that doesn't make sense. So you're saying if a sitting member from a major party quits, the major party's not allowed to retain the seat? It's because times have changed and it's a different decision for the electorate. So they have to be given the opportunity to make a new decision. Anyway, I'm going to say, oh God, I almost remembered the other band then. Just as about to say the source of the name Wang Chung. I was this close. Like, is this really annoying, tantalizing thing at the back of my mind? But anyway, Wang Chung is an onomatopoeic name. Onomatopoeia is where you try to have a word that sounds like the thing it's describing. Wang Chung was a joke someone in the band had. They thought that was the noise it made when you really thrashed an electric guitar, like when we Wang Chung. So there's that little bit of trivia for you. So often nothing you're saying makes sense. You're either saying if the member resigning was in a major party, that major party should automatically fill the seat, which is honestly not a terrible idea, or you're saying the opposite and you're saying it should be impossible for the party, for the retiring member, to win the seat. I don't know if you even know what you're trying to say. Hopefully, I'm full of useless trivia, and it is going to annoy me. There was another band that had a weird name. The first one. So, Safa, you're saying you think if a sitting member quits or dies, their party should just automatically populate the seat with a new candidate? If that's what you're saying, that's honestly not a terrible idea, but the Australian Electoral Commission decided otherwise, or maybe it's in the Constitution, I don't know. In the 80s show, Visage had a song called Visage, did they? Well, okay. Wham had a song called Wham Rap. It wasn't just called Wham, it was called Wham Rap. See, that's where I was very close with, like, Public Image Limited had a song called Public Image. Wham was a band named after a sound. A comic book sound, certainly. But what does, although I think the band's denied it, but what's Folklore has the 70s bands 10cc and the Loving Spoonful had a common inspiration for their band name. Safia lasagna. I had mushroom burgers where the mushrooms were the bun. I had some little meatballs and I cooked them up with onions and squished them, and then cooked these massive mushrooms and used them as the bun and put it all together. So how do I feel Saturday morning? Well, I think everyone should be proud of how sober I stayed for a 6-hour stream. I mean, I wasn't sober, but I wasn't shit-faced. And I was fine if slightly tired. And we didn't have an official date night on Saturday night. We just went and got some takeaway and hung out and watched. Actually, we started watching because, Valentine's Day. We started watching Interview with the Vampire, the streaming series. If not love, it has a lot of sexual tension and sex. From a local burger place after we were going to a fish and chip shop, but they didn't have like the stuff on their menu that Mrs. Angry wanted. And they said, oh, we don't have that. We don't have one. And went, okay, fuck you. And went to a burger place that was up the road, which was yum. I probably should have got a smaller burger. And I will if I ever go there again. I got their double beef, double cheese, double bacon burger. And it was yummy, but it's like I should not eat that much. I know. Hopefully, Lily, you were doing the drinking for me. You were in the state I'm normally in at the end of a stream. Yeah, it wasn't really the lot. It was just double beef, double cheese, double bacon. The lot would include lots of salad items as well. They said some salad items, but not. And an Aussie one, that the lot, to me, an Aussie burger place, the lot includes a pineapple ring and an egg. So is that a joke, Hemphilia? You can't think what 10cc and the Love and Spoonful have in common? Because 10cc in particular denied this. I'm not particularly sure if the Love and Spoonful denied it, but the folklore was the inspiration for both of the bands was the average amount of jizz ejaculated by a man. A spoonful or 10 cc's. When's the South Australian state election, Justin? Charitable to call anything in South Australia interesting. But... trying to open the jar of cherries because I got an extra backup jar the other day because I went to the local boutique bottle shop that has them cheaper than anywhere else I know. Yeah, by a couple of dollars, but hey, a couple of dollars is a couple of dollars. 21 March, okay, that's soon enough to be interesting. What indeed will happen? Because it's been a bit tumultuous in South Australia from memory. So, Shaka, you're agreeing with me, Dr. Abigail, about South Australia and interesting or lack thereof. Okay. Okay, 26th, the Electoral Commission. Oh, we've got Anthony Green's blog. Is he saying something? What's happening? See if he's saying something about South. Australia. No, nothing. Okay. So anything else like news? Will it be a landslide? Liberals facing wipeout in South Australia. Oh dear. So the hot tips are the Libs getting smashed. Oh, here we go. One nation surging in polls. South Australian election may prove whether that's hot air. So yes, Liberal Party, particularly Parler State, Labor strong. So Anthony Green reckons they've only got a chance for one seat in South Australia, held by a Liberal. Anthony Green knows his stuff. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't swear to it, but oh god, the most recent polling, a two-party preferred 66 to Labor, 34 to Liberal. That's brutal. They've changed leaders, which may or may not help. And again, people like One Nation always do better in the upper house than the lower house. Oh god, Cory Bernardi, he's such a cunt. Absolutely, absolutely piece of shit. So One Nation doing a talk at the pub. Oh Jesus, I definitely wouldn't go. Justin, as you say, there's a chance One Nation could be the opposition in South Australia. There's also a chance that aliens could visit us and upend anything. Always willing to be proven wrong, but I do feel quite confident that all this poll talk about One Nation is not going to translate to them winning a significant number of lower house seats. But don't have to wait all that long to find out. Not much more than a month. Was it like 5 weeks, 6 weeks? Let's have a quick look. They're doing the usual thing for a Saturday election. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, fucking hell. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. It's 5 weeks. I feel like Marty Supreme, yeah. Yeah, Marty Supreme was a good film. They're pretty intense. Not necessarily a thing that's enjoyable enough to watch twice, but the first time it certainly hooks you in with all the crazy shit that happens in it. Yes. The businessman saying he's a vampire. That was pretty funny. Justin, what happens if there's no opposition? Labor wins every seat. One for the history books. I mean, again, that is a thing that is not going to happen. Oh, yeah. Who watches Uncut Gems twice? Jesus. That's too stressful. Like, I actually stopped watching Tim Robinson's most recent series, The Chair Company, because it's his style of just the agonizing cringe stuff. And I watched it hoping for some light entertainment, and hey, Seuss, it was just like, no, I wanted entertainment. I didn't want to feel this bad not watching anymore. Came close in WA. there is a difference between the Liberal Party having a minimal number of seats. They certainly had a minimal number of seats after that particularly brutal state election, and it almost being no seats for them, because the ones they won, it wasn't close. You know, Hasty, again, piece of shit. Almost goes without saying. Actually, probably not all the Conservatives are pieces of shit. Some of them are just people I disagree with. But Jesus, the ones who have a public profile, they seem to consistently be pieces of shit. Just like, fuck those guys. I struggle as to... yeah, the Conservatives love Hasty. They really do. I struggle with why, like, Angus Taylor and Hasty were fighting over the Liberal leadership. Are they actually deluded to the point they think they won't lose miserably in the next federal election as well? Like, you'd have to fucking... I reckon that's why Dutton got to be Prime Minister, because they're all like, we are getting killed in the next election, so let him have his little thing, then he'll be gone. The fact they're fighting for opposition leader at the moment is wild to me, is because you're going to lose the next election as well. You should just be doing the groundwork to improve your profile and, well, off the leader who loses the next election, then jump in. And yeah, Charlie, I think that is why Hasty backed down. It's just like, do we split the Conservative vote, or I just go, yeah, you know what? Whoever gets leadership is probably fucked. So while my ego said I wanted it, I'll take the longer view, because Hasty is also, I think, quite a bit younger than Taylor, if I remember that right. So who knows what's going to happen? You know, be making some bets, but something absolutely radical would have to happen for Labor to lose the next election. I'd argue the one after that is a bit more open, but there would have to be some terrible, terrible fuck up, or more realistically, series of fuck ups for Labor to be on the ropes. It's a hell of a thing. Oh, there you go. Hasty 43, Taylor 59. Yeah. Neither of them's ancient, but Hasty, decade and a half on Taylor. So Hasty can definitely afford to wait. And maybe that's why Taylor went for it. He felt like it was his last chance, and he wanted his resume to say he was leader of the Federal Liberal Party at one point. And, there's the old Hail Mary long shot. Like, Morrison never should have won an election, but he did. So, yeah, who the hootin' heck knows what will happen? Like I said, you would be a very bold gambler to back a coalition win at the next federal election. It's absolutely not impossible. It's just really unlikely. And it's also a little ways off. As we get closer to it, we'd get a better idea if they're moving into the more likely or less likely territory. Yeah, that's a hell of a thing. What's interesting to me is this whole leadership thing shows it's one of a succession of things um, that shows just the arrogance of the right wing of the Liberal Party. The to the man are born bullshit. Like the federal election last time was such an overwhelmingly unmistakable message from the voting public. Fuck that far right shit. And they're going, what we should do is go further right. Justin, Tony Abbott's always racist. And again, the people on the right of conservatism look around the world and say, oh, you can just be a piece of shit. You can be misogynist, homophobic, transphobic, and you suffer nothing for it. And what? Tony Abbott's got no career. There was that ridiculous thing with him saying like he's going to come back into politics. No, he's a fucking dead weight. He fucking sucks. Hopefully, she drives me crazy. Music vids, C13 listening to this song 2026. Yeah, that's why I put it on jukebox because I hadn't listened to it in a while, and I was on YouTube and played the video and went, I still like this video, and this is a good song. Yeah, if you're racist, it's your time to shine. I mean, in the US, the just worst people in the world are suffering no repercussions for the worst behavior imaginable. Same thing in parts of Europe, they're being rewarded for it. The fringe is very much in favor of it in Australia, thankfully not the mainstream. But yeah, it's ugly stuff, basically. We've got to fight it. Ability Auntie gave you copy tape of the raw and the cooked. Yes. Flog the shit out of that tape. Yeah, I've got a bit of Fine Young Cannibals vinyl, I think. Well, banger after banger. They wrote really good pop songs. All right, going to have a mineral water. It's doing here. All the Five Eyes countries are fucking racist. I mean, yeah. I mean, doesn't seem like people are actually being punished for racism these days. You know, I have some hope that Labor's going to become actively positive here as opposed to just not being the Liberal Party. Actually, as the album had a good thing. Yes, I was about to say they had two really good cover versions of Ever Fallen in Love, which was a late 80s punk song, and Suspicious Minds, the old song that Elvis recorded with Jimmy Somerville from Bronski Beat and Communards doing backing vocals on it. So for a band that had a lot of good originals, they had two really good cover versions, Ever Fallen in Love and Suspicious Minds. It's very interesting because the singer Roland Gift, he had that sort of vocal affectation. Like he doesn't sing, we can go on together with suspicious minds. He goes, we can go on together with suspicious minds. You either loved it or hated it, really. I've got the other song not many people know, At the 45. Not the Man I Used to Be. Okay. There's one of their singles, which I really like, was called Blue, which is actually a reference to the Tory party, because, they were under the Thatcher regime at their height, and blue is the colour of the Tories. Blue, it's a colour so cruel. Just unless you're Aborigine, you're either a migrant or descendant of migrants. Yeah. And anyone who can't acknowledge that the colony only succeeded because of successive waves of migration is stupid or bigoted. The other album, the one before it, good God Almighty, there's no denying life would be better if I never ever had to live with you. Blue. It's a color so cruel. Yeah, I still love Fine Young Cannibals. Sometimes stuff you're into when you're younger, you listen to it again and you go, okay, yeah, I see why I liked it. Not so much now, but I still fucking love Fine Young Cannibals. So, yeah, so Roland Gift and the Twins. They were good at visuals too, actually. They were saying that clip for She Drives Me Crazy has a lot of clever camera work. It's not digital effects. Some of it kind of looks like digital effects, and it isn't. Here's Confessions from Home for the Elderly. Loved MC cameras. Honestly, when that song came out with a whoa, oh, can't touch this. It was just insanely catchy. So, Justin, let's face it, country is built on slavery. Oh, yeah, no, the convicts were definitely slaves. They were enslaved. And more recently than that, Pacific Islanders were kidnapped and enslaved in Queensland, in the cane fields in particular. What the fuck are you thinking? Oh, yeah, MC Hammer was at his time. Did Fine Young Cannibals actually eat people? I'm assuming they did, because they seemed quite sincere. And if they didn't eat people, that would be false advertising. And I'd hate to think they were doing false advertising. So that's my hot take. I know it's from an old movie, All the Fine Young Cannibals. I was into the trivia even back in the 80s, so I knew where the name came from. Not that I've ever seen the movie. Man, I got to go back and watch some more classics, because I just watched new stuff this weekend. Because you added new stuff that I really wanted to see. Is this thing on? And Marty Supreme. Plus, as I said, we did watch a couple of episodes of Interview with the Vampire, which I'm into. I'm enjoying it. I wanted to watch. It had always been in the back of my mind to watch it on your Plex, but then I saw a trailer for season 3, focusing on the book The Vampire Lestat, and it just looked so good. I thought I got to watch the first couple of seasons. Oh, we got classics on Laserdisc night. Nice. Yeah. Like I said, I had all planned which classics I was going to watch this weekend, and then you put some new ones on that I wanted to see, so I went with new ones. So, oh god, okay. Does 80s count as classic? I count classics as 50s and before. Maybe 60s. Definitely, because I feel like you had new wave Hollywood new auteur cinema in the 70s. So even though that was 50 years ago, yeah, there is too much to watch. You got to work your way around it. So when I say classic, I mean 50s or before, really. All right, now I'll go with you. 69. 69 and before is classic cinema. So modern classic, that again, this keeps coming up on Criterion Closet videos. Can't believe I didn't watch it when it came out because everyone was talking about it. I have to watch Paris, Texas sometime soon. Again, that was for Hollywood. Like the auteur thing was earlier in Europe, but you had that new wave of Hollywood auteurs: Spielberg, Coppola, Lucas, and a few others. Scorsese, of course. One of a kind, Marty. No, don't shut up, Charlie. We're gonna go. Sorry, mentioning Scorsese, because I saw a bit of this recently flicking through channels. It's like, we could have a discussion. What's Martin Scorsese's worst film and why is it Cape Fear? Because that movie is so fucking cheesy. Like, again, I saw it when it was new. And I was recently watching bits and went, yep, this has not aged at all. Bits that bothered me when it came out, and they bother me more now, is someone being beaten up by 4 guys. And these guys with baseball bats and bike chains, fucking them up. And, they come back and beat up the 4 guys. It was like, no, that doesn't happen. If 4 guys are beating you up with baseball bats and bike chains, you're just fucked. You are absolutely and utterly fucked. And it annoys the fucking shit out of me when they do stuff like that in movies. Just like, oh no, this is like, no. When you cop a fucking beating, you don't jump back up and have a comeback and beat up the guys who were beating you up. No, that doesn't happen. Extremely, and again, for a filmmaker of the competence of Scorsese to put such stupid, cheesy shit in a movie just does my head in. Ugh. Having a rant about films. That's how it goes. And speaking about directors who should know better, I still have to watch the recent Coppola one, Megalopolis. But yeah, gotta fucking pin down which films to expand my knowledge of classic and modern cinema. And geez, I love the Criterion Closet movies on YouTube. Oh, you haven't seen Cape Fear? It's not really worth it. It's fucking stupid. Stupid and cheesy. And it's shocking that it's a Scorsese film. Like, I think it's his worst film and it's not even close. Like, it fucking sucks. Oh, you've seen that? What haven't you seen? Oh, Megalopolis. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Just because of the delay, I'm always slightly confused by what the chat comments mean. I definitely want to watch Megalopolis, though. Everyone said it was fucking stupid. But I do want to watch it. Yeah, like people just, really getting into particular films in the Criterion Closet videos. It's made me go for a couple, like the John Cassavetes box set. and um, and they always talk up a woman under the influence. I found that a slog, not because it's a bad movie. It's just it's just like a documentary. It's like a home movie, and I know that was groundbreaking. I know it was groundbreaking to shoot in a really naturalistic way about a really ordinary family. And they are having turmoil, and that the um, the mother is suffering from pretty serious mental health challenges. It's probably somewhere around the spectrum of bipolar, borderline personality disorder, possibly even psychosis. Like she's not in a great way, but it's the rapid mood swing stuff. So it's probably BPD or bipolar. Um, Here, Mark with his Fellini insights. It's just everyone loves Fellini, of course, and they do usually default to 8.5, which I did watch, and I see why people like it. A film about making film and the difficulties of it, and I also, to me, and all the reminiscence in that, and the dreamlike states, like, yeah, well, the character, he is in a mental health retreat, a sanatorium for rich people, and so if stuff doesn't quite make sense, that makes sense because he's burnt out and is having mental health challenges. So if the movie's weird, that actually makes sense. But I do have to watch some more Fellini. Have to decide which ones. But yes, having properly watched Breathless with the French name Bout de Souffle, uh, that was fascinating to see just this really low budget movie. Um, and they did a really good job with it. And there was some really innovative stuff in it as well. Some of the camera work was actually really innovative. Um, and it was an interesting story. Just, a fucking gigolo type character who's also a criminal and, trying to hit on this American woman, but also has killed a cop. And it's like, okay. So I kind of want to see the Hollywood remake with Richard Gere just to see it, but it's probably further down. Oh, did I? I subscribed to Mark's channel, so I need to watch some of it. But I subscribed so I can find it easily. Um, so yeah, yes. If I get some good guidance on which classic films to watch, that'd be good. So it's like, okay, so like Fellini's Italian, Godard's French. Um, yeah, maybe need to look up some, and also just the Golden Age Hollywood ones. I watched the black and white ones. The Third Man, that was fucking great. Um, Old black and white spy thriller type thing, and The Long Goodbye, the Bogart one, and His Girl Friday, just a screwball comedy with everything going, all the dialogue going at this machine gun pace. Um, it's just, I find it really interesting seeing these films, and even if they don't hold up or don't date that well, you go like, I can see how that just wouldn't work if you made it today. But when these films break new ground, uh, it really opens up for a whole bunch of stuff down the line. Like, without noir films like The Third Man and The Long Goodbye, you're not going to get the modern gritty um, drama, detective, and spy films. Yeah, what could be fun at some point, doing like a Google search. In fact, you know what? I might do it now. Hey Pat, how you doing? Just as a fun, if I do a Google search saying just to search what film defined the, we'll start with the 30s, 1930s. Gone with the Wind. I think we've had this discussion about 1939 being a pretty wild thing. Here's what I want. Someone's written an article, films that defined each decade from the 30s to the 2010s. Yes, okay, Gone with the Wind. Casablanca for the 40s. I've only seen bits of Casablanca in the past. I have to sit down and watch it beginning to end. Oh, 50s, Singing in the Rain. Arguably the best musical of all time. 60s, Psycho. I do actually like Psycho as a film. Wait, which? Oh yeah, 70s, Godfather. Yeah, one of my top 3 films of all time. Oh, that's interesting. They call The Breakfast Club the one that defined the 80s with the whole Brat Pack thing. That's a pretty good call, actually. 90s, Pulp Fiction. Geez, whoever. Okay, I'm on board with the person who wrote this article. 90s, definitive film, Pulp Fiction. 2000s, The Dark Knight. 2010s, Inception. Man, I am freaking on board with these people. Yeah, we were talking about the 39 being a big thing. Oh God, what are you posting on Discord, Rain? Ooh. Okay, I'm impressed. This is your barbecue area. I'm going to share this. You have to explain it. Saying your barbecue area has a rack. You have to explain that to me. What is that actually for? That looks like a server rack. Is that a server rack? I'm intrigued. What's that for? You think audiences like Singing in the Rain is about the introduction to that? I probably should watch it. Justin, the 2020s is shit in what area? Or just life in general? Okay, we're all deciding Rain's got a server rack in his barbecue area and we're confused. I need to look up, who is this person who wrote this article? Life in general, Justin. Well, you're not alone in feeling that. Curvy girls dating online. Okay, that's the same aggressive ad thing that fucking Diffords was using. Okay. By Carly Tuttle. Kaylee Tuttle. Lives in Utah and loves it there. She started writing for this website, Movie Babble, in college after going through a minor identity crisis. Enjoys making fun of movies, analyzing them to death. I mean, I'm completely on board with her analysis of defining films of the decades. Those are really good selections. And if I was going to catch up and watch the ones I haven't watched, I don't need to watch Gone with the Wind. Do need to watch Casablanca. Maybe need to watch Singing in the Rain. I've seen Psycho a couple of times. Seen The Godfather heaps. Seen The Breakfast Club a couple of times. Seen Pulp Fiction heaps. Seen Dark Knight several times. Seen Inception. So it really comes down to the older ones. And I think I should watch them. Casablanca and Singing in the Rain. Oh, you've put a description in Discord. Okay. Bringing your barbecuing to a whole new level. Bought the rack for your basement, but you don't have room in it. So, okay, it's a temporary home. And the bird, I love the cardboard is to stop birds flying into the glass. You thought of everything. It is just kind of funny you've got a server rack in your barbecue area. It is easier to write in Discord, yes. I mean, I have fidelity. I do enjoy the hangouts and the drinking. Heine, you recently watched Casablanca for the second time, first time as an adult. How did you feel about it? Because I recently watched another Bogart classic, The Long Goodbye, and I really liked it. Funny for you as well. Nice. Well, I think we're all glad you shared the server rack in your barbecue area. Oh dear. I do have the song Singing in the Rain stuck in my head now. All right. Easy to watch. Casablanca, good acting, nice sets. Okay. That's the other thing with the older movies. It's super obvious when they're on sets, like super, super obvious. But it doesn't really take me out of it. It's part of the period films. Um, but yeah, they certainly have a charm, and you can sort of see with a lot of them when they were breaking new ground as well. Rain, you shared your backyard on Friday. They're amazed you have a TV in your backyard. Nice. Oh yeah, I hope the elderly when the old things are shown in 4K, you see everything. A TV in the snow. Yeah, okay. I don't know, that just makes me think of Videodrome. Thinking of a TV surrounded by snow. Long live the new flesh. Oh, Heidi coming in with the puns. Nice rack. Uh, nice legs, shame about the face. That was an actual song that was released when I was a kid, and it was like a top 40 hit. Nice legs, shame about the face. And, okay, this is, God, again, you think that's politically incorrect. It was released under the name Dave and the Darrows, if I remember right. You should clarify you don't hang out in the backyard in winter. Fair enough. Nice, Heidi. Discord assumes you're an adult. I'm going to look this up. Nice legs. Shame about the face. Wait, they're saying the monks. No, what the fuck? It's Dave and the Darrows. So there was an original version by the monks. When did that came out? Oh god, what show is this they're putting it on? Oh, it is Countdown. Wait, that's the one I remember. Apparently, it was written by a band called the Monks. Oh, life is confusing. So, was it rain? The innards of your server in your living room floor disconnected. A Dell VRTX from a client. Terrible thermals and power consumption. 300 watts at idle, 10 years old. It's better than nothing. You can work with it, I'm sure. Oh dear. I'm going to see if the Monks one is on YouTube. Okay, it is on YouTube. And this is on Top of the Pops by the looks of it. It's just a 2-minute song. Oh wait, this fucking stupid laptop, honestly. I'll put this on. Where's my sound settings? It keeps saying that the microphone's the speaker, which is fucking stupid, and I keep correcting it and it keeps going back. We don't get content match. This actually sounds lighter than the one I remember. Yeah, it's the same song. Okay. List of worst cover songs of all times. It was a hit. Is it the worst if you get a hit? I mean, the original was not great. Like literally, that was recorded under the name Dave and the Darrows. Yeah, it sounds the fucking same. It's ridiculous. It's just some joke release, but anyway. Number one worst cover song on the list is Strawberries. Doing I touch myself. Oh no. Oh my god. The entertainment industry really is evil and fucked up. Oh, sorry, I got something down here. Oh, it's just that. Okay. I dropped so many things on the floor and I'm going, what's that? Okay. You had to share the Royal Paris line. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, dearie. Oh, wait, what's the time? I was going to. I might do it on. No, I'm not streaming on Thursday. Proper anniversary date night with Mrs. Angry on Thursday. Not here till Friday. I was going to put together another. Not that I need to do this on a stream, but I don't know. It's an interactive thing. I was going to make an Oaxaca old fashioned and barrel age it. I am streaming on Friday. And, all things being equal, probably a long one again. Because it's not date night on Saturday, so I don't have to be in very good shape on Saturday. Hello, Lemonheads. Ah, yes, you would bring up Mrs. Robinson. Yes, which is a good cover. I quite like it. There's a lot of room for cover versions out there. Yes, I'm doing the Friday stream, but we've had this discussion heaps of times. There's good ones like I think Spiderbait's cover of Black Betty is the best, and there are so many versions of Black Betty being released over the decades. I think Spiderbait's is the best. Oh. And I know Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt is just incredible to me because on the surface, the source material is so far away from him and country music, and yet he makes it his own. Like you'd swear it was a fucking Johnny Cash song the way he does it. Absolutely amazing. But yes, you sometimes get people poo-poo cover versions, but it's like, oh, it's fun. So I don't know. I had lots of sleep. Yeah, I just yawn sometimes. That was my baguette. It's good as always. Okay, trivia, because you always want to ask the surfer. For whatever reason, my baguette this weekend was longer and thinner than it's ever been from this bakery, because they have it and they have bags made for the baguettes, and usually about like this much of the baguette sticks out over the top. This had like that much, like a really noticeable amount of baguette sticking out, and it was skinnier than usual. So there you go, fun baguette facts from Angry's life. That's what she said. Yeah, it was longer and thinner than she expected. It's a whole thing. And I'm not going into the office tomorrow. Because Mrs. Angry's not going into her office, and my boss isn't going to the office, so fuck it. I'm staying at home tomorrow. I'm going in on Tuesday. Rain, you're saying Spider-Bates was in the Ghost Rider movie. I think it was also in a shitty comedy called Up the Creek or something. Because when you look at the clip on YouTube, it's interspersed with clips from there. It's like Seth Green and Stifler, whatever his name was, Up the Creek, I think it's called. I don't remember, but it was apparently used in more than one movie then. I always just got a hoot out of the first Ghost Rider movie being shot in Melbourne. Just seeing the sights, it's like, oh, check it out. It's like the most unrealistic bit of it was when he drove into the Yarra and rode underwater for a while and was fine. Even supernatural beings would be killed by what's in the Yarra River. Oh God, there's a few. Key movies featuring the song include The Hitman's Bodyguard, The Condemned, Guess Who, Miss Congeniality 2, Without a Paddle, that's the one I was thinking of, Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, but okay, but are they different versions of Black Betty? Or are they all Spider-Bait's? It would be weird if they were all Spider-Bait's version. Without a Paddle has Spider-Bait's version. Those are all the Spider-Bait versions. That's friggin' wild. that was used in so many movies. It's like, what the hell? You know, I'm just thinking of I'm far too sober. Mix myself a drink. But for going to bed still half an hour ago. So just my classic. Oh, why just go? Old fashioned. I do like mixing things up. Ooh. Just looking, I've recently, like all the various distillers that I'm on mailing lists for, two of them recently, we're doing this really limited single malt. There's only going to be 50 bottles. And the temptation to get it, just because they're like, well, this is one of the rarest whiskies in the world. Only 50 bottles exist in the entire world. Abigail, you love the dude who played Stifler, is only known as Stifler. Yeah, I can never remember his name, even though he made 20 movies. This is how we do it by Montel. Jordan has been used in over 50 movies. Yeah, okay, that is wild. Push It by Salt and Pepper being used in 50 movies? Damn. That is wild that they do that. It's also wild that I didn't realize that it would be like that. Speaking of rare, can't get this anymore. I might use up my co-ferment because I really like it. Makes a really good Sazerac. 2019 vintage, bottled in 2025. Aged for 6 years. Oh, Black Betty, bam blam. Oh, Black Betty, bam blam. Betty had a child, bam blam. Oh, rock steady. Ooh, that's delightfully herbal. Let's fucking go. Yep, that's not going to last much longer. Make me a couple more Sazeracs. That's the way it's gotta be. Where's my Peychaud's bitters? Almost gone, but I did actually get some backup Peychaud's bitters. And we'll do some absinthe. All right. Also, they were drinking Sazeracs in New Orleans in Interview with a Vampire. As soon as I saw them with Sazeracs, I went, ooh, I want a Stifler. Yes, actually, Rain, that's right. Stifler's mum. I think she's more got her own name, Jennifer Coolidge. But yeah, Stifler's mum. Is Fade Into You really been in 41 movies? Jesus. That's wild. It's a good song. Yeah, I think Jennifer Coolidge more has her own name, but she's definitely Stifler's mum. Yeah, she was in... I think she got new fans being in 2 seasons of White Lotus. Oh my god, that's so fucking nice. Yum, yum, bubble gum. Walking on Sunshine, let's get it on. 38 films. Rain, Coolidge isn't all that appealing, but everyone wanted to bang Stifler. The popularization of the term MILF, not necessarily invented for that movie, but absolutely was where the term got popularized. No two ways about it. And Coolidge says she's got miles of dick. Oh dear. Phones do that to you though, Rain. I get really frustrated when offers like autocorrect, when the thing you type ends up being the literal opposite of what you meant. Coolidge was talented. She's great in the improv movies. Yeah, she's definitely talented. Um, Long career. Funny to be defined by that one thing. That's right. Oh my gosh. She was really good in Best in Show. Hey, Ewa, how's it going? Just FYI, although the talk has been as far ranging as usual, it's been fairly dominated by movie talk tonight. Do you not know the? I tried to pronounce this earlier. Chelyabinsk meteor, about 13 years ago, streaked across the sky in Russia and fucking exploded, and just the boom from it caused damage and injuries. Yeah, I was just looking up what happened on this day, and it was on this day in 2013. I thought, why don't I know about that? And I looked it up, and I do know about that. I remember the dash cam videos. Everyone in Russia having dash cam, and they're just driving down a road, and this thing streaks across the sky and goes boom. Yes, I didn't know I remembered it until I saw the videos, and I was like, oh yes, I remember that. Hell of a thing. Mm. Ah, damn. Well, Tunguska is a bit more serious. Leveled that forest and whatnot. Yeah, Tunguska was a city killer. Lucky it hit the middle of nowhere. Um, Something that size hits a city, oof, that's not good. Home Theatre, he wasn't in the mood for politics, so I don't know. It pushed you to movies. No, do it. Let's do movies. You know I fucking love movies. We've been talking classics. We've been talking recent releases, modern classics, films of the decade for all the decades. Actually, now I'm going to do another random search. Searching best art house films of the last 50 years. So, modern classic art films. So, just the ones that pop up. I've seen Tree of Life. I don't even really know that. Paris, Texas. Enter the Void. Vaguely familiar with that. Eraserhead, I've seen a couple times. Dogville with Nicole Kidman. That's the fucking. Oh, what's the stupid thing? That's Lars von Trier. Dogma. Queen's Katsi, I've got on disc. Last Days. Here we go. IMDb. Someone's done a list on IMDb. Top 50 art house films. Eraserhead, somewhere. After withdrawing to Chateau Marmont, passionless Hollywood actor re-examines his life when his 11-year-old daughter surprises him with a visit. Oh, that's recent. That's a Sofia Coppola film. Okay. Upstream Color from 2013. Man and a woman drawn together, entangled in a life cycle of an aegis organism. Identity becomes an illusion. Okay. Not at all familiar with that one. Elephant, Gus Van Sant. Oh, yeah, that's inspired by the school shooters. Yeah, haven't seen that. The Fountain, an Aronofsky film with Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz. Haven't seen that. Sleeping Beauty, haunting portrait of Lucy, a young university student drawn in a mysterious hidden world of unspoken desires. Okay, don't know that one either. Antichrist, yeah, okay, the Lars von Trier film with Willem Dafoe. Haven't seen that. Enter the Void, a drug dealer living in Tokyo, betrayed by his best friend, killed in a drug deal. His soul, observing the repercussions of his death, seeks resurrection. Gaspar Noé film. Okay, that does sound vaguely familiar. Requiem for a Dream, I've seen. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I've seen. Badlands, Terrence Malick's film with Martin. Oh, that's the Martin Sheen Sissy Spacek one. 73. Yeah, I kind of feel like I should watch that. Donnie Darko, I've seen. Primer. Four friends, fledgling entrepreneurs, knowing there's something bigger and more innovative, different error-checking devices they built, wrestle over a new invention. Okay. I've heard of that. I don't know. Melancholia. Yeah, another Lars von Trier film, which I haven't seen. Don't think I've seen any Lars von Trier. Under the Skin. Mysterious young woman seduces lonely men in evening hours in Scotland. Events lead to being a process of self. I think I have seen at least a bit of this. Scarlett Johansson's the lead. I think I've seen at least bits of that. Tree of Life, another Terrence Malick film. Story of a family in Waco, Texas in 56. Jerry, a Gus Van Sant film. Okay. Casey Affleck and Matt Damon. Another Earth. Tragedy connects a young woman, shattered music professor, as an exact replica of Earth is discovered. That sounds vaguely familiar. My Own Private Idaho, another Gus Van Sant one, River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves. I've seen that one. Being John Malkovich, Spike Jonze film. I've seen that. The New World. God, there's so many Terrence Malick films in here. Story of an English exploration of Virginia. Loves of Pocahontas. Colin Farrell, 2005. Okay. I have not seen that. Father of My Children. A film producer struggles with suicidal despair. Okay. So Samson and Delilah, an Australian film. Glue-sniffing boy and his girlfriend escape the government-controlled no-hope Aboriginal community they live, go to the city of Alice Springs looking for a better life. That was an intense movie. I think I saw that in the cinema. Restless, another fucking Gus Van Sant film. Terminally ill teenage girl who falls for a boy who likes to attend funerals. Okay. Perfume, the story of a murderer. I read the book. The book was really big in the 90s. I'm not sure if I saw the movie. Irreversible. Oof. Often called one of the most traumatic films ever made. Stuff unfolds in reverse chronological order. Melt with You. Don't know this one. 40-something college friends meet up for a reunion. Things spiral out of control. Dogville, another Lars von Trier film. Brick. Ryan Johnson film. Teenage loner puts his way to the underworld of high school crime ring to investigate the disappearance of his ex-girlfriend. It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Lucas Haas. 2005, early Ryan Johnson film. Last Days, another Gus Van Sant film. Jesus. Inspired by Kurt Cobain. Okay. 2001, A Space Odyssey. Okay, that's further back than Man, but anyway. To the Wonder, another fucking Terrence Malick's film. Birth, a Jonathan Glazer film. Young boy attempts to convince a woman that he is her dead husband reborn. Ooh, Waking Fright. This is a really fucking weird Australian movie from 1971. English guy gets a job as school teacher in a remote town where everyone's fucking drunk and violent. That's a weird film. Special. Lonely comic book fan. Has a reaction to his medication and convinced he's a superhero. Okay. Where the Wild Things Are, Spike Jonze's adaptation of the famous kids book. Okay, I have seen that. Thin Red Line. Okay, I really disliked Thin Red Line, another Terrence Malick's film. I like my war films to be straightforward. Tideland, a Terry Gilliam film. Haven't seen that. Blade Runner. We're calling Blade Runner art house. Okay. Five Easy Pieces, an old Jack Nicholson film, 79. It's probably, oh God, The Machinist. Yeah, Christian Bale's the lead. That movie is intense. I've seen that. Lost in Translation. I don't know that I call that art house either. That's good. Mulholland Drive. This is a David Lynch film. I guess you call that art house. I've seen it as well. Adaptation. Oh, see, Spike Jones shows up so much in here. I did like Adaptation. God, there is a possum like right above my head. There's like a horror movie sound of claws scrabbling on the thing. The Bad Lieutenant sequel, Port of Call, New Orleans, Werner Herzog. The Box. Press of a button, a wooden box bestows riches and death. 1 Hour Photo, the Robin Williams film. That was good. Moon. I fucking love that movie to death. Sam Rockwell's the lead in that. Scanner Darkly. I have that on disc. I wasn't that taken with it. It's a rotoscoped Richard Linklater film. Revolver, a Guy Ritchie film with Jason Statham and Ray Liotta. And Andre, God, I feel like I should watch that. Anyway, that's me rambling for a while. Yeah, you just realized Gus Van Sant and Lawrence von Trier are different people. Art house generally means not mainstream. Designed to appeal to a small audience. So you're also saying Port of Call, New Orleans. One of your favorite movies. Okay. I've never seen it. I watched the original Bad Lieutenant, which Harvey Keitel is the lead in. Oh, did I give you ideas to things to add to Plex? It's very much a vague term, but there are several on that list that I would say categorically are not art house. Blade Runner? Blade Runner is like a Hollywood special effects blockbuster. Wait, is Good Will Hunting a Gus Van Sant film? What's his oeuvre? I'm just scrolling back till I find a Gus. God, there are so many Terrence Malick films in this list. Quite a few Spike Joneses as well. Okay. Gus Van Sant. What's his director history? I just want to see stuff he's directed. Got 56 director credits. Okay. 2025, Dead Man's Wire. Don't know about it. I did the TV series Feud in 2024. Okay. Done a bit of TV. Okay. Oh, God. He did Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, which is the darkest of dark comedies. Story of a quadriplegic cartoonist. Don't worry, he won't get far on foot. A lot of TV. Sea of Trees? I don't know that. Promised Land? I don't know that. My Own Private River. That's interesting. I don't know what that is. More TV. Restless. Oh, wow. He directed Milk, the biopic of Harvey Milk. Sean Penn is the lead in. Okay. There you go. He did some Red Hot Chili Peppers music videos. That's pretty funny. And some Chris Isaac and John Mayer. Geez, he did a few. That's kind of funny that he did so many music videos. Yeah, so he did Elephant in 2003. Oh, God, Finding Forrester. That Sean fucking Connery one with "You're the Man Now, Dog"? Oh, and he did the remake of Psycho that no one wanted. I've never watched that. Yeah, he did Good Will Hunting. He actually caught me by surprise with that. To Die For. That's a good Nicole Kidman movie. I've never watched it beginning to end though. God, he even did Katie Lang and Stone Temple Pilots. Elton John. Geez, D Light. He did Tracy Chapman. He did a lot of music videos. Then you're back to My Own Private Idaho, which I saw back in the day. Drugstore Cowboy. I remember that too. Damn. He's done a lot of TV and a lot of music videos. Yeah, for anyone who didn't get the "You're the Man Now, Dog" reference, it started with someone on a website did a weird sort of flash animation because they just thought it was such a funny line. Um, Sean Connery saying "You're the man now, dog." They did some weird flash animation with it, and because you were in the scene, correct me if I say this wrong, but the site ended up being uh, ytmnd.com, and I think there would be something new on it every day. And they ended up with a whole community, and people would submit stuff, and it would be the YTMND of the day, and it would just be some weird pop culture thing. There's the alternative universe series of jokes. Punch the keys for God's sakes. But yeah, a whole internet subculture came out of the came out of the fact that was such a weird line. And it was trying to be so sincere, but like Sean Connery saying, "You're the man now, dog." It's just like, fucking what? Oh yeah, it was definitely pre-YouTube. So the stuff that's on it was like Flash and whatnot. It was one of the early viral websites. It's where if you're cool, you went to "You're the Man Now, Dog" every day to see what the new one was. Back in the day. Kind of like how the Flash game site Newgrounds was so big for a while. I know one wanted the Psycho remake, which is something he did for practice. And he apparently, it's a shot for shot remake. Like it's not a reinterpretation. There was just this idea, do a shot for shot remake of Psycho with contemporary actors. And it's like, what? Who the fuck wants that? And it, of course, was neither a commercial nor critical success. That's right, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, he had Vince Vaughn audibly jerking off, watching through the eye hole. Yeah, no one needs to just have Vince Vaughn audibly jerking off. That's right, and Anne Heche is the woman who dies in the shower scene. What the fuck is that? Like Mrs. Angry was just playing something really loud, and I don't know what it was. Oh. So when I was complaining about the possum earlier, look, I'll show you the ceiling of this room. See that's an air conditioner outlet up there. And it sounded like the oh god, that's so crooked. It sounded like the possum was right there on the air conditioning duct, just scratching at it. It was very off-putting. Very horror movie sign. Oh, Ray, you're back on the PC now. Good stuff. All right, so you just heard something very vague from the mic. The mic actually usually picks up a lot of noise from the rest of the house, but I think there was some sort of alarm or alert on Mrs. Angry's phone. She was walking up the hall. You know, it's about bedtime. Anyway, you like my canted angle with being art house? Oh, you know what I didn't do? We can do that on Friday. I actually edited the newest book video. I was going to. I could share it tonight. It's not that long. What do you think? Close the stream by sharing my latest book video, the cocktail video for the book movie. I see EOR. This is the thing I've started doing for my cocktail channel. What's going on, Angry Aussie? Abigail made this book for me. Really high quality paper, hand stitched together, bound it, 3D printed all these embellishments on the cover. And I've been hanging on to it for more than a year before using it. But now I'm writing my favorite cocktail recipes in there. You want to see the book movie video? Okay, I'll do that. And so I'm scripting videos for YouTube. And what the hell is that? This fucking laptop, I swear to God. I will at some point visit Dr. Abigail and get maybe on Tuesday, actually. I'm going to be in the office and I swear to fuck, this laptop is a fucking disaster area. Hey, Madam Butterfly, how are you doing? Oh my God. It won't let me open up File Explorer. It's just so fucking broken. Oh, okay. I think I might have worked out a lateral way to do this. Yeah, if I open Windows Media Player. Okay, no, that's not it. Oh, wait, I did find it. Okay. So it's only about 4 minutes. Well, it's time for another book cocktail. Okay. Okay, I think I've got this working. It's just like 4 minutes. Then I'm going to go to Sleepy Bobo. Share screen. Window. Yes, it's here. Okay. Share audio. I'll watch the chat. So tell me if the audio doesn't play, but the audio should be playing. Just do that. Because this usually works. Oh my fucking God. What is this fucking laptop fucking doing to me? Oh, holy shit. It's just fucking seized up like nobody's business. Okay. Let's give this a go. Well, it's time for another book cocktail for the book movie. And one thing worth knowing about me, when it comes to cocktails, I like them boozy and strong. I like a spectrum, but this book is likely to be dominated by cocktails that are very spirit forward. Not everyone likes their cocktails super strong, and I like a change of pace from time to time. I mean, my default might be, hello, bartender. In the interest of efficiency, I would like 3 standard drinks in 1 glass and make it extra tasty. Thank you very much. But if I find a tasty, lower alcohol cocktail, I'm going to have that for sure. You might hear someone describe cocktails as sessionable. That essentially means you can drink more of them in 1 drinking session because there's less alcohol in them. Really, to be a sessionable cocktail, it should be 1 standard drink or less in the cocktail. It's an admirable thing to want to reduce your alcohol intake, but I drink lower alcohol cocktails because they taste good. I don't drink them solely because they have a lower alcohol content. I try out a lot of cocktails for this channel. I'll blame it on the channel. We don't need to get into the actual number that I might have over the course of a year, because if I start saying numbers, I start getting doctors with their medical advice because of their evidence-based opinions on the health damage that alcohol does. I keep notes of my favorites that I try, and over the last couple of years, at the end of the year, I've compiled a list of my top 10 and narrowed it down to my favorite of the year. In this video, I'm remaking one from my top 10 list from 2024. The cocktail's called the Holy Smoke. It's very easy to make. It's built around dry sherry, bit of complexity brought in by Benedictine, and a tiny splash of peated whiskey. I have to admit, sherry cocktails are a relatively new thing for me. Sherry's got a bit of a grandma image, like it's not a serious drink like whiskey. That's a really unfair slur on a family of wines that have history going back thousands of years. But until I started to find sherry cocktails that I liked, I couldn't escape the feeling sherry just reminds me of a family Christmas that's got a bit out of control. Granny's got into the cooking sherry and she wants all the children and grandchildren to line up in front of her so she can tell them one by one how much they've disappointed her. I think this cocktail could go some way to repairing sherry's reputation if you had that same mindset that I have. It is really good and it's easy to make. I'll show you how to make it right now. In a mixing glass, add 2 ounces or 60 mils of dry sherry, then 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of Benedictine, and then just a splash, 1/2 bar spoon, 2.5 mils of a peated whiskey. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 15-20 seconds. It doesn't need to be as diluted as a spirit-forward drink, but you do want it nice and chilled. And I'm straining that into a pre-chilled Nick and Nora glass. So here we are, the Holy Smoke. That part obviously comes from the peated whiskey. Even though there's just really the smallest amount, there is just this really nice, understated, smoky aroma in here. I haven't tasted this cocktail in a couple of years, so I'm looking forward to trying it again. This is really good. For fun, I messed around with this back in the day, and I made it with a sweet sherry, a Pedro Jimenez. That's actually too sweet, and I have somewhat of a sweet tooth. I've used an Amontillado, which is a medium dry. There are drier sherries than this. So possibly experiment if you have multiple sherries. Which is your favorite? Do you like it dry? Do you like it sweet? Like I said, I think unless you have a super sweet tooth, a Pedro Jimenez is going to be too sweet. This has worked really well. You've got that nice fortified wine flavor in there, and you are getting some herbal complexity from the Benedictine. And just that little bit of smoke is such a nice touch. It's really light. It comes in at about 1 standard drink, so it's not going to wipe you out, even if you have more than one. And it's quite tasty. If you've never gotten into sherry, this is a great one to try. And I'd love to hear from you if you do try it, what you think of it. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit back and delicately sip this rather elegant drink, enjoying it each sip as I go. I hope to see you again sometime soon. Until I do see you again, I'll say cheers. All righty. You like the Riverdance music? Oh dear. All right. Wait, how long was the video frozen? Was it frozen the whole time? Oh, seriously, I think it's this fucking laptop. It was playing for me. So was that frozen the entire time? Fuck me. Okay, well, I'll see if I can fix that by Friday. I might share it again on Friday. So you can see my editing was really good. And I said I was going to watch the chat, and I didn't. Ugh. That doesn't make any sense. Why did it do that? I swear to God, what the fuck is going on here? Oh God, this laptop is dying a death, I'll tell you. Well, it's time for another book cocktail for the book movie. And one thing worth knowing about me. Wait, that's not Frozen, is it? In the interest of efficiency, I would like 3 standard drinks in 1 glass and make it extra tasty. Thank you very much. But if I find a tasty, lower alcohol cocktail, I'm going to have that for sure. You might hear someone describe cocktails as sessionable. That is sessionable. So was that video frozen for you? It's just like... It's not sync. Yeah, this laptop's just gone to fucking hell. Yeah, okay, you know what? Dr. Abigail, I'm going to try and come and see you on Tuesday. I'll call you. I'm going to be in the city and get my laptop back that maybe works a bit better than this one. Oh, fuck Daz, man. Anyway, I'm going to bed now. So, all you fine people take care. Look, I've got some cherries here. I don't have any orange peel, which is disappointing. There's some cherries. I think this laptop is just fucking dying. Gotta get my good laptop back. All right. So you'll take care. Look, I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll try and have my proper laptop on Tuesday, and anything could happen. So I'll see you all later. But bye for now.